It's October 6th. What was the workout today?
I changed it because of the cold and wind, and I wasn't sure how a tendon injury I had was going to act up. So I did 2 sets of 4 times 300 with a 100-meter jog.
And this is Ken Martin training for the 50-plus world or American record, which is?
425. I think Nolan Shahid has it.
Mile record. And you're 54?
54.
And what do you think your chances are?
If things continue like this, I think I've got a good shot at it. I need a couple more months, I think. We'll see how things go with my long intervals here in the next couple months. Speed work is going really well, so I just need to kind of stretch that out a bit.
All right, we're keeping this less than 5 minutes. I guess first we'll talk about the Masters running. You know, you beat cancer, you're back training. You know, what's different training as Masters than when you're younger?
You got to do a lot of stretching, and you got to do some weight training and agility drills. I just think there's no way around it. You get older, you get shorter muscles, they get weaker, and if you try to do some speed work, you got to pull something. So I think you got to, you know, I feel like I'm back training years ago. I do doubles. I do a morning workout, running. In the afternoon, I do stretching, weights, or agility drills.
He looks very fit. I noticed that. How much you running?
Only 35 miles a week. I don't do a whole lot. Just try to concentrate on quality.
What's the longest run you do?
7 miles.
Wow. I heard you did some 3-mile tempo that sounded pretty good.
Yeah, a progressive run, cut down to just about 5 minutes flat on the last part of it. But I just think I have a compromised immune system, so to really try to train for 5K or anything longer, I think it's maybe too much for me. And the mile is fun, and I don't think it stresses me out as much.
All right, let's turn back to the younger running career. I'm not sure. 2-time U.S. marathon champion, is that right?
Yeah.
So, I guess give us the highlights of your career, your PRs, and then we'll go from there.
PR mile 357, 5K 1332, I think. I'm not really sure. 28:11, 10K, marathon 209:36, I think it is. Had a great time traveling the world and meeting people and racing. And had a good time. Enjoyed it.
And so college, the Ducks?
Yep.
What were the highlights there?
I don't know, just improving so much. I mean, I was unknown coming out of high school, basketball player, and then I just went to community college there in Eugene and improved right away once I started running year-round. And then, got recruited to Oregon and kept improving with the great talent we had there. So it was just exciting to, when running was really coming out, Nike was really developing. It was a great time to be running, so it's a great time. Enjoyed it.
And so what was the highlight in college, best performance?
I guess I was runner-up in the steeplechase. We were 2-time second place in the team championships in cross country, so never an NCAA championship for me. I just run with great runners. I mean, my cross country team, we had a world record holder, American record holder, Olympians, and then I was the 6th guy.
Really?
Yeah. So,
wow.
Chapa was American record holder, and Salazar world record holder, Clary Olympic team, Chesty Olympic team, Art Boileau Olympic team, and then I was the only guy who wasn't honored like any of that. So, and we couldn't win an NCAA championship. So that's how good the talent was back then. UTEP, and the teams we competed against.
357 mile or 6th guy on the team.
Yeah.
So after college, where were you training?
I just always had problems with a calf. If I tried to do too much on the track, a 5K would just tear up my calf, and so I started using racing flats, and I could do that. So I kind of switched from running on the track and worked with Jack Daniels, and then got some good tempo work in, and I moved up to road races and had success, and I was able to train without injuring my calf.
Where were we based out of usually?
Well, I left Eugene and went to Phoenix, and then from Phoenix up to New Mexico. And loved New Mexico.
And the marathon, talk a little about that.
I was always over distance for me. I just did speed work. Highest I did, when I ran well in New York, I was 120, maybe 125 miles a week. But longest tempo run, maybe 4 miles. I never did the long ones like the guys do today. I always tried to do quality stuff on the track. And
4 miles?
Yeah. The best one I ever did, I did 2 4-mile tempo runs with a 1-lap jog. I'd do it all on the track. But other than that, 3 times a mile, 12 times a 400, and that was the most I could do without really bothering my calf. So
you did 209 off that?
Yeah, marathon was always over distance for me. I was just hanging on at the end.
Cool.
If if I did hit the wall. It's just,
what about long runs, just in general?
22 miles, you know.
Not that hard?
When I was in shape, I'd be running a 5:30 pace or something without pushing it, and that was just because I was in good shape. But I never tried to really run them hard.
So what happened with the Olympic trials and things like that?
I think that was a lot of what was starting to happen with my body. I was overtrained, I didn't rest enough, and I think maybe there was some kind of influence looking back about the cancer I didn't even know I had. I would just train really well, and then I would just fall off a cliff, and I just couldn't get back rested, no matter taking a week easy, taking a month easy, you know. It just was, you know, perplexing. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And eventually, of all that ups and downs, I just said, well, I've had enough of this. So I just couldn't hit the peak right because I never knew when it was going to come.
So ignoring the fact you may have had cancer, if you could do it again, you know, go back and train now with what you know now, what would you do differently?
Take more time off each year, and I would do a lot of the stuff that I think Salazar was doing with Rupp and Farah and Ritzenheim, and that I think you've got to do all that other agility stuff, because my best years actually were right after I finished steeplechase and went on to the roads. So all those drills and things I did with steeplechase I think really helped me that year or two after when I started running road races. But the further I got away from that, I think I started getting muscle weaknesses that I didn't really think about or wasn't even aware of. So I would go back and do all that agility stuff that they're doing.
What would you tell some young runner today, is just kind of like a high school kid or something running, or a college kid, you know, what are they probably missing?
I think you've got to add that stuff. I think you've got to add some agility drills, some you know, conditioning, circuit training, and flexibility, dynamic drills, things like that. I don't think you have to do as much mileage at that young age. I think it's good to carry all that stuff in, so you're generally a good athlete. You have you take care of all the muscle imbalances, so that when you're out running, you don't overtax some muscle groups and not others.
You said the exact same answer as Aaron. I think those were coordinated. I don't know if you guys knew that. I swear these answers were uncoordinated.
Yeah.
All right.